How was everybody's week?
Good.
It was good.
Yeah.
What did you work on this week?
I took the post test
Okay.
and went with the feedback.
Okay.
And I think it was like 38 questions. And I got like 8 of them wrong. But
Only
when
8?
but when I look back at it, I saw the 8 that I got wrong that I should have got right. And I messed up on the calculations.
Okay.
So, and then one of them, it was I think it was a slope intercept one.
Okay.
And I knew it was right, but it gave me the slope was right and the intercept was right. But when I wrote it down and put it in standard form, it came out wrong.
All right, let me see which one you're talking about. Let's see. What's your login on Schoology?
Oh, I don't know. I got it saved.
It's Hunter, right?
Yes.
Let me see if I can find it. Let me see. I think it's here.
It was like minor mistakes that I made.
Let me see. Was it practice test 1 or 2?
I think it was 2.
2. Okay, let me see.
I think my score was like 160.
All right, so you mind if I put on the screen for everybody?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
So tell me which one we talking about. Got that right?
Got that one wrong.
That wrong. That. Make sure you know how to do that. That's the exponent.
Yeah, I know how to do that. I'll mess that up.
Quadratic equation.
I didn't have the calculator. I forgot how to use the calculator for that.
Okay.
So I went back over with it.
Okay, good. Let's see if we can find the one you talking about with the slope. Let's see.
I should have got that one right too. See that one, the one right there, cylinder?
Mm-hmm.
I was confused with that because
they didn't give a full answer.
Yeah.
Right. They didn't give a full result. They just set it up. Yep. That was a question that the high setting test would love to use. That's why I had it on here.
Okay.
Let's see.
No, I don't think this was it. I don't think this was it. Is it? Is this slope? No, this ain't it. No.
It's not it.
Those ones. Oh, go back. We'll go back up. Is that it? No, that ain't it. That's quadratic.
That's it. A lot of these were Pythagorean theorem, quadratic equations. All right, let me see if I can find it. The post test, I got a new post test up too. That's really good too. Let me see.
You know something? It's the one that I did. I think I took that like 7 times. It's one of those post tests. Yeah. Because I kept trying to figure out what I was doing right. You know what it was? It was the standard form of the slope intercept. It gave me all the standard forms.
Okay, let me see if I can find. So was it equation of a line, maybe?
Yes.
All right, let me see. Let's see. And this one is good because, yeah, this is the one. This is the one. This is the one. Yeah, you took it like 10 times.
Yeah, because I was trying to figure out what was I was trying to figure out. I did one, and then I closed it out, so I'll see if I got the right answer.
So what happened was you was making small mistakes.
Yes.
It wasn't that you was doing it wrong. You were making small mistakes.
Yes.
So on this one here, when you did the equation, you forgot the X.
Yes.
Okay. So that was fine. Here, that was right. This one, I gave you credit.
That's the one right there.
I gave you credit. That was right.
Oh, that was.
So yeah, that was right.
No, that wasn't it. It was
this one here. You listen. You said your slope was 5, right?
Right.
But then when you put the equation, you put -5.
Yeah.
Like it was small mistakes like that. But besides that, if you went over it and watched those small mistakes, then you should be fine.
Okay,
so
I did go back.
That's kind of the things we were going to go over today. Let me find them and let's see if we can practice. So this is one of the problems.
You know what else I have a problem with too?
What?
Is the y minus y x1 and x1 x2. I'm confused with the signs.
Okay, so what I want you to do is we'll do let's see if I can find one here. I think we'll do this one in a minute. We'll do this one in a minute.
Okay.
And one of the things you're gonna do is you don't have to worry about the signs if they give you 2 points. Use that, throw it in the calculator. And then you have to worry about it all because it's gonna do it for you.
Okay.
So let's look at this one first and let's see. And the reason why I picked, this, let me make it a little bigger. The reason why I picked this one is because all of them have y equal minus 2x. So it said, which equation represents the line with slope minus 2 that passes through 4, comma, minus 1? So let me see. I got 4, 6, 8 people in here right now. What I want you to do is we're going to take a couple minutes. I want to see if you can do this problem. And I want you to select A, B, C, or D and send me your answer in the chat. So which equation represents the line with slope minus 2 that passes through the point 4, comma, minus 1? And let's see what we get. Because this is one of the questions. You have a point and you have the slope. What I'm letting you know is you're going to see one of these guaranteed. Now they might ask you for the equation of a parallel. They might ask you equation of a perpendicular, or they might just give you one like this. So we want to be prepared to how to figure out the equation given the slope and a point. So what I want you to do is I'm going to set the timer for 2 minutes. If you notice, I didn't set it for 3 minutes. I didn't set it for 4 minutes. I set it for 2 minutes. And let's see if we can get this right. Because you want to be able to, as you're practicing, you want to almost limit yourself to each question at the max 3 minutes. Why 3 minutes? Because if you're taking more than 3 minutes, what I would suggest to do is flag that question for review and skip it and come back to it later. So the maximum amount you should be spending on a question right now is about 3 minutes. If you spend it longer than that, flag it for review, skip it, then come back to it. I'm not saying don't do it, but flag it and come back to it. All right, let's see if let me see if I don't know why my timer, there we go. It's in my clock. It was and then send me your answer in the chat. Is the equation of this line A, B, C, or D?
Oh, like that, okay.
Can everybody see the screen?
I can't.
Don't say what you got to say.
You can't see it?
Yes, I can't see it. I just see everyone else.
Okay, so so you might have to, are you on your phone or a laptop?
My phone.
Okay, so what might have happened is can everybody else see the screen?
Yes, I could.
Yes.
Okay, so you may have to, it may cover, you may have covered it up. So the question is, which equation represents the line with slope minus 2? Matter of fact, I'll put it in the chat so you'll be able to see it. Let me put it in the chat. Okay, I got 2 answers, 3 answers in already. I didn't actually do the problem yet. So which equation represents the line with slope equal to minus 2 that passes through 4, comma, minus 1. So now, what I would also do right now is see if you went through, if you have the ebook and you went through this section, see if you can do it on your calculator also. So I would do it by hand, and then I would do it with the calculator. That way, when you practice both ways, when you get to the test, you'll be your accuracy and your speed will be literally amazing. This problem, if you use the calculator or by hand, should be done in less than a minute. But I gave you 3 minutes. Okay, I have another person just check in. Says 4, 8, 10 people. Wow. All right, so which equation represents the line with slope minus 2 that passes through the point 4, comma, minus 1? Let me decrease my zoom over here So Darlene, I have an answer from you. Earl, I have a answer from you. Let's see if we can knock this type of question. Remember, I told you, this is almost a guaranteed question. And they might ask you several different ways. Slope of the parallel, slope of the perpendicular, or just the equation of a line that passes through a point with this slope. But you're going to have one of these. So believe it or not, that was 3 minutes. That's how fast 3 minutes can go. So since only 2 people answered, I'm extended a minute, and then we're going to go solve it after that minute is up. So that'll be 4 minutes for this question. Okay, Ms. Coleman, I have your answer. I want everybody to try it, even if you don't think you know it. Let's see if you can try to walk yourself through the steps. Let's see. Pressure bust pipes. So the reason why, even though today was Juneteenth, I still had class. I have several people who either take an exam in a few days or very shortly before the month is out. Okay, so that was 4 minutes, believe it or not. So this is why I want you to get in the habit of timing yourself so you can see how long these problems take. So when you see that type of problem, you'll be familiar with it and know, oh, this is a 1 minute, 2 minute problem. Oh, this is a 3, 4, 5 minute problem. You know what? Let me flag this for review, come back to it later. All right, so let's try this problem. I don't know what the answer is, so I can't tell you whether if you answered whether you were right or wrong, but it says which equation represents the line with slope -2 that passes through the point 4 minus 1. How would I even start this problem? How would I start this problem?
You start off by your slope intercept, which is
That's
-2.
true. So your slope intercept is -2?
Your slope is -2, I'm sorry.
Slope is -2. So identify your givens. So the first thing you know is the slope is -2. What else?
Then you pick out your X and your Y over at your through points. So 4 will be your X and your -1 will be your Y.
So identify your X and Y from your point. Very good. So we identified what was given to us. And what's our next step?
I will put my Y as -1 equals -2 mx. Well, my 2x multiply 4 in parentheses.
You said what do you, so you said -1 equal, then you said what?
-2
-2
multiply 4 in parentheses.
And
I put my equal sign.
What's left? You still got
plus B.
Plus B, right. So now we want to simplify this. So that's correct. So all we did was write our slope intercept formula of a linear equation, and we plugged in it. You should know by now the variable for slope is m. You should also know when we're given a point, this is our X and Y. So all we did was plug in this information. So Y is -1, X is 4. That's all we did was plug it in. You should practice these enough to where this problem should only take you at the most 2 minutes. Okay, so -1 equal -2 times 4 plus B. Let's simplify it. So we're going to bring down our -1. We're going to bring down our equal. What is -2 times 4?
-8.
-8 plus B. What's our next step?
So you subtract 1 from each side.
No, we do not.
No. Oh, we add, I'm sorry, we add 1 to each side of the equal sign.
No, we do not.
Okay, hold it here.
So
just plug in the plug-in method, right?
we plugged in everything in now, and we have -1 is equal to -8 plus B. What is our next step?
-8
Plus
on
8.
plus 8 on this
Plus
side.
8. So remember, always understand the foundations of algebra. Okay, we want to solve for the variable. So you want to say these things as you're solving it. So we got -1 equal -8 plus b. We still have a variable. So we want to get the variable by itself.
Okay.
So if we want to get the variable by itself, see what happens a lot of times we start to try to remember how to do things. But remember, algebra, you want to solve for the unknown. You want to solve for that variable. You want to get that variable by itself. So in order to get b by itself, what do we need to get rid of? The -8.
Right.
Not the 8. It's
The minus.
-8. Okay. So how do we get rid of that -8?
Add 8.
Add 8. Are we done?
No, you gotta do it to the other side.
Whatever we do on one side of the equation, we must do on the other side. What's 8 minus 1?
7.
7. We're going to bring down our equal. Our 8's cancel. We bring down our b. So we know our y-intercept is 7. We know our slope is -2. What equation would it represents where the slope is -2 and the y-intercept is 7?
D.
D.
I got hung up.
And no one, I think, let me see, let me check, before I answer that. Did anybody answer D? Nobody answered D. So these are the small.
You know why I was trying to figure out the new way that you did it before. So that's how I did it. And
Okay.
which is the y negative y, no, the y -1, and then you find the 2 times 4.
No, so look what you just said. Look, see, this is the mistake that people make. It's not 2 times 4. What's the slope?
-2.
-2. So this is why it's very important that you pay attention to detail. So when you plugging it in, you check it twice. My y is -1 equal. So the only way that you could get -7, and most people answer B, is because you multiplied that 4 by 2, not -2. The slope is -2, not 2. All right, so I want to, let me see. So that was
-7 on paper too.
Yeah. So D.
No, you know what I did wrong?
Answer. What did you do wrong?
I put -8 over on the one side with the y, and I canceled out the +8 on with the 8. I didn't even go with the b.
Okay. So
That's what
remember,
I did
so that the whole purpose of plugging those values in is to solve for b, which is the y-intercept. So what you're doing as you're doing these problems, this is why you repeat it. So when I'm reading this problem, I'm going to say, okay, which equation represents the line with slope -2 that passes through the point 4, -1? Okay, they want the equation of the line. Okay, so I'm gonna write my slope intercept form, y equal mx plus b. Okay, well, what do I know? Okay, I know my y, and I know this might sound like it's a little bit too much. You're talking to yourself too much, but I'm telling you, the more you do it and the more you practice. So this is what I would do. Oh, my y is -1. Yep, my y is -1 equal. Okay, my slope, I got to multiply that by x. So that's -2 times 4. Okay, plus b. Okay, so you know it's the next step, simplify. The reason why I'm simplifying is because I'm not done. I have to simplify -2 times 4. So that's why I wrote the next line again, -1 equal -8 plus b. Oh, I need to get b by itself. Okay, in order to get b by itself, I got to get rid of that -8. How do I get rid of -8? Okay, the opposite of -8 is +8. Okay, whatever I do to one side, I do on the other. And this is the step. This is how you got to walk through, because algebra is 55% of your test. This is just algebra. All this is substitution and solving for b. That's all it is. So you got to take your time. And when I send you those sheets, and you might get all of them wrong. Like, for example, Mr. Hunter just said he took the test 10 times because you got to find out what your mistakes are. Don't say, oh my God, I got it wrong, and calling yourself all negative, because that's what we do. When we get things wrong, we start calling ourselves names. Why can't I get this? Oh my God, no. What you're going to say is you keep walking through those steps. Okay, I made a mistake. Okay, what mistake did I make? And then on top of that, in the ebook, I'll tell you how to exactly do this on the calculator. So now, if you got both ways, if you're doing it by hand and you're doing it with the calculator, you then check your answers with both. And if they're not the same, then you go back and make sure you know how to do it. So don't take the easy way out and say, oh, I know how to do it on the calculator, I'm done. No, do it. Make sure you know how to do it manually also, because then when you get a wrong answer, you'll know if it's right or wrong or not. Okay, so let's try another one with the linear equations. And I know you might be sitting here saying, what, this linear equation is so hard. You have, listen, you got to put an hour a day until you get these questions right. At least an hour a day. You got to practice, and then more practice. Because once you get it, then you know, when I go into this test, I'm going to get these questions correct. So let me find another hit one right here. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do with this one, we're going to do it manually. And then we're going to do it with the calculator. Okay, which equation represents the line that passes through 1 minus 3 and minus 2, 3? Remember what I told you. The question I just told, we just went over before, you almost can guarantee that's going to be an exam. So somebody's going to tell me, this is guaranteed. You can't take that lightly. And you got to say, you know what? You got to sit yourself down. You got to say, you know what? I'm going to work on this until I get it. I'm going to work on it. So don't let frustration, because what happens is frustration and fear can control everything you're going to do. Don't let it. You keep working, because listen, oh, I didn't know how to do it. I got it wrong. Did you text Mr. Tinsley? Did you call Mr. Tinsley? Did you send an email to Mr. Tinsley as you were getting them wrong? I got texts and emails from 2 people this week. So let's try this problem. Which equation represents the line that passes through 1 minus 3 and minus 2, 3? And let's see what we get. I'm going to give you 3 minutes for this one, and let's see what we do. Let's see what we get. And whether you do it by hand or the calculator does not matter. Matter of fact, I want you to use the calculator as much as possible. As much as you can, use it. And send me your answer in the chat, A, B, C, or D. A, B, C, or D. Which equation represents the line that passes through 1 minus 3 and minus 2, 3?
I'm confused on this one here.
This is, and listen, this is a guaranteed problem. They either ask you the slope from 2 points, or they're going to ask you the equation of a line from 2 points. It's on every single GED exam. And these can be difficult, but that's why you have to practice. Because once you get them, they're not difficult.
I think I got it. I'm not sure about this one.
Okay, so let's see.
Me too. I'm not sure about that one either.
Earl, you just sent me an answer. I'm not sure what the answer is because I haven't done this problem. Somebody sent me this, and so we're gonna go through it. What is the equation? Represents the line that passes through 1 minus 3 and minus 2, 3. So if you are new this evening, make sure you put your email in the chat so you may get a copy or a link to this video so you can go over it multiple times until you get it. Like you can actually do one problem over and over again until you get it. And then realize that the numbers are just changing. I'm gonna add 1 more minute because only one person answered. I'm gonna add 1 more minute. And then
I gotta change that. I think it's something else I did. It should be that.
The answer that I'm getting is not either one of them, so I can't even put that in the chat.
Oh, so if it's not either one of them, then you know you're incorrect. Make sure you check your sign numbers. So, and this is why I want you to understand that using your calculator is your friend. What I suspect is most people are trying to do these by hand and not use your calculator. Watch when I show you your calculator, it's gonna make it a lot easier. Because sign numbers, I'm telling you, sign numbers give people a lot of issues. You cannot let sign numbers be the reason why you don't pass this exam. Okay, so Jennifer and Earl have answered. We got about 10 seconds left, and then we're going to go over. And this is the form where you make your mistakes. You can't be worried about making a mistake here. Even if you get it wrong, doesn't matter. We are a community. We're working towards one goal. Okay, all right, let's go. So again, as we attack this problem, what did I say? Always identify your givens. So what's the first step I'm going to take? What do we know so far?
We have a point line of 1, -3, and -2, and +3. So
Okay,
that
so
should
we
be
have 2 points.
2 points, yes.
Okay. So we're gonna call this point 1. We're gonna call this
Point 2.
point 2. Okay, it just denote the difference between the 2 points. Now, because we denote it as point 1 and point 2, what else do we know?
We have to use the point intercept, right? Y plus Y equals
Use your formula
MX.
sheet. You don't have to remember it. Use your formula sheet.
I don't have
Can anybody? So if we identify these as point 1 and point 2, what is our next step? What are we identifying next?
The Y2 and Y1.
Okay, so we know that the slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. We get this from our formula sheet. So if you don't have your formula sheet handy, which you should have, look on your formula sheet. This is the formula to find the slope from 2 points. They give it to you. But now, what are these y2s and y1s and x2s and x1s? Where do they come from?
They come from the point 1 and the point 2, which
Okay,
is the 3. Yeah, that's X1.
Okay, so this is x1.
This is Y1.
This is y1. Okay, what's next?
This is X2
x2
and Y2.
and y2. Now, I'm going to grab my calculator. And this is the point that that's so important. You have to spend time practicing with this calculator. So what we're going to do is I'm going to move it over here so we can see everything. Now, so for example, m equal y2 minus y1. What does this line mean in between y2 minus y1 and x2 minus x1? What does that line mean?
Division or the fraction?
Either division or fraction. So what's the easiest way that I've shown you in your ebook to solve this problem?
Just hit the fraction button.
So we're going to hit ND.
Right.
That's the fraction button. We're going to hit ND. So I recommend anytime we use division, use ND. Okay, so ND. What am I going to put first? So what is Y2? Tell me what Y2 is.
Y2 is 3.
3, right? So now we look at the formula. So let's cross off. Let me change my color. I'm gonna go to blue. I'm gonna cross off each step. So we put in Y2. What's next?
The minus sign.
The minus sign. So we're gonna do minus. We're gonna cross that off. What's Y1?
Y1 is -3, but we have to put the parentheses.
Right. So listen, If you have a negative number, I suggest you put it in parentheses. So what we're going to do is in parentheses, we're going to put -3. Because it's negative and it's in parentheses, we have to use the negative next to enter. So -3, and then we're going to close our parentheses. Does everybody understand that step?
Mm-hmm.
How do we get to the denominator?
You scroll down on the cursor.
So what do we press?
The cursor down.
We're going to hit the down arrow. So we're going to hit the down arrow. So now we're in our denominator. So what are we going to type in now?
We are going
X2.
to
X2.
X2. What is X2?
-2.
-2. Again, so I explained this in the ebook. Because it begins with a negative, or if it's in parentheses, you're going to use the negative next to enter. So -2. Does everybody understand that?
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Okay. So we put our -2 in. What's next?
Parentheses.
No. What's next?
Oh, the minus sign.
The minus sign. This is where people make the mistake. They think the minus goes with the X1. The minus comes from subtraction from the formula. So we're going to hit minus, we're going to hit the subtraction sign. Now, so we put the subtraction sign, and then now what's next? What do you have to put in our calculator next?
Parentheses 3.
No. What do we have to type in next? What does the formula say we put in next?
Oh, we have to put in X1.
1. X1 is 1. So all we're going to do is put our 1. Now, to get out of this fraction, we're going to hit the right arrow. And then we press enter. So our slope is what?
-2.
-2. Okay, so this is important because let me minimize the calculator first. So since we know the slope is -2, which multiple choice can we get rid of?
C and D.
C and D, because we know in slope intercept form, whatever's in front of the X is our slope. So the slope here is -0.5 and -0.5 for C and D. So both of them we can get rid of. So even if you only know how to figure out the slope, you got a 50-50 chance of getting this correct. So now I'm going to connect this problem to what we just did, where you use the slope in a point. Doesn't matter. So what I'm actually going to do is we're going to use both points. So you can see you still get the same answer. So we're going to use the slope in a point. It does not matter. So here, this is we're going to call this number 1, trial number 1. And that point is 1, -3. Then I'm going to come over here. I'm going to call this 2, and we're going to use -2 and 3. Okay, so watch this. So, matter of fact, let me move this over a little bit because I'm out of room. And let me put a number sign next to it so you don't think that's division. All right, so we got our first point. So we're going to do Y. Let me change my colors. I'm going to change to black. Y equal mx plus b. Okay, so using this first point, what is our Y?
3, -3.
-3. Bring down our equal. What's our slope?
-2.
-2. We're multiplying that by x. What is our x?
1.
1 plus b. So again, we have to simplify because we have some work we still have to do. So with -3, there's no work. So we're just going to bring down that -3. The equal is nothing. We just bring it down that equal. What is -2 times 1?
-2.
-2 plus b. Are we done?
No.
No. What is our next step? We want to get b by itself. So what do we need to get rid of?
The 2, -2.
The -2. How do we get rid of -2?
Add 2 to both sides.
Add 2 to both sides. Now, Mr. Tisdale, I keep getting signs. I keep getting my sign numbers messed up. Watch this. I'm going to show you something because I want to be very clear here. So I'm going to erase some of this for a second. And what I'll do is I'll bring it back in a minute because I want to bring the calculator on the screen. I want to bring the calculator. So I'm going to erase this here. I'm going to bring my calculator back on the screen. So we know the slope is -2 already. I'm gonna erase this because I want to bring my calculator back on the screen because I want you to understand you do not have to make any mistakes with sign numbers. So watch this. -2 times 1, -2 times 1. Exactly the way we wrote it manually. Press enter. So now -2 times 1 is -2. Okay, well, I got to add 2 to both sides. -3 plus 2. Because it starts with a negative, I want to put -3 plus 2. My first part of that expression is -3. Because it starts with a negative, we're going to use that negative sign next to enter. -3 plus 2. What do we get? -1. Don't allow sign numbers to make you get this problem incorrect. We're going to bring down our equal. The 2's cancel. We bring down our b. So the slope we already know was -2. We just found out our y-intercept is -1. So what's our equation of the line? If we know the slope is -2 and our y-intercept is -1, what's going to be the equation of the line?
-2x minus 1.
How to do, okay, we got to pay attention to detail. Linear equations, slope intercept form. What does it start with?
Oh, y equals.
Y equal. And what's the equation?
-2 minus 1.
-2 minus 1?
Yep.
2x.
2x, I'm sorry.
See them small mistake. -2x minus 1. That will be your equation of the line. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you using point 2. It doesn't matter what point you use. We're still going to get the same thing. And this is where practice comes from. Now, I'm going to use the second point. So now I'm going to use another color. Let's use, I'm going to use red. Okay. So again, y equal mx plus b. If you notice, we are starting at the same point every time. When I want to equation a line, start with y equal mx plus b. What's my y using the second point?
Y is 3.
Y is 3. What's my slope? My slope is still what?
-2.
-2. What's my x for the second point?
3.
What's my x for the second point?
1.
Oh, no, it's -2.
-2. So all we did again, and this is where I heard somebody say 4, you might have stepped ahead and did the multiplication. While you working though, you want to go step by step. Don't leave a step out. Plus b.
Plus b.
Now we simplify and we bring everything down. So the 3, we're going to bring down a 3. We're going to bring down an equal. What is -2 times -2?
4.
4 plus b. We want to get b by itself. What do we need to get rid of?
The 4.
The 4. How do we get rid of the 4?
-4 for both sides.
-4 on both sides. What is 3 minus 4? If you don't know, use your calculator. Don't make a mistake. What is 3 minus 4?
-1.
-1. Bring down our equal. Our 4 is canceled. Bring down our b. If our y-intercept is -1 and our slope, we found out our slope was -2, what is our equation of the line?
Y equals -2 x
minus 1.
This 1.
Did we get the same exact equation?
Yep.
Okay, now, I did it both ways. That took us about 8 minutes. What I'm about to show you now is how you use the calculator in a more extensive way to solve this problem. Okay, it's very important for you to understand how to do it manually. Practice doing it manually. Understand the steps. Watch this. I'm gonna show you something. Now, I'm gonna put my timer on. Ooh, what just happened? Hello?
I see you. Can't see the board.
Hello, testing. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Mr. Tenley, but I can't see the board.
Okay, something just happened. Hold on. How about now?
Yeah.
Now we good.
Okay, so I'm gonna grab my calculator and I'm gonna do this problem in less than 15 seconds. Now, it took us 8 minutes to do it manually. I'm gonna do this problem in less than 15 seconds. I need you to understand, I need you to pay attention. I need you to listen. Take the time to go through this ebook because it's gonna save you amount of time. Now I'm gonna do it in 15 seconds. Now, if you want to count, you can, but let me clear everything out so we can actually see it. So you can see me do it. Watch this. Oh, y'all ready? That's at 15 seconds, right? All right. Hold on, make sure everything is cleared out. Ready, go. Hold on, let me move it up. Hold on. I can't see. Hold on. Let me put it over there. Watch this. All right, watch this. All right, now go. You start counting now. I am done. How long did it take?
15 seconds.
That's my slope. That's my y-intercept. Y equal minus 2x minus 1. So 15 seconds. So when I'm telling you to do it manually, it's because I'm a math teacher. Okay? I'm a math teacher. I want you to know how to do it. But what I'm also explaining to you is, don't let this difficult problem be a problem that you get wrong on your exam. Because that's how fast you can do this problem. So let me open this up so you can see it. I'm gonna take a screenshot of it. So when you go back through it, you'll be able to see the screenshot. If you're playing a video, just pause it and put it in your calculator, see how it works. Okay, this is the beauty of this calculator. So these hard problems that take 4 to 5 minutes, the linear equation, the quadratic equation, the system of equations, I'm gonna show you how you can do them quickly and accurately. I'm done in 15 seconds. I just saved myself 4, 5, 6 minutes that I could use on another problem. Okay, now, okay, Mr. Tinsley, okay, how about that previous problem, Mr. Tinsley? Can you use the calculator on that problem? Can you do the calculator on this problem, Mr. Tinsley? Can you do the problem? Can you use the calculator and do it this fast on this problem? How many people think yes? How many people think I can do this in like 30 seconds using the calculator? Say yes if you think yes.
Yes.
Guess what? I wouldn't have created the ebook if you couldn't. That's the whole purpose. I want you to be able to get it right and be able to do it quickly. Watch this. I'm gonna show you something. But you have to know, have conceptual understanding of what the slope is. Watch this. I'm gonna do it for you. Watch this. So the slope is -2, which is -2 over 1, which is my rise over run. Okay. I know my rise has to do with going up or down. That's the y. So what this is telling me is that my y is going to change by -2. My x's is going to change by 1. So watch this. I'm going to put -2 under here. And I'm going to put 1 under here. Okay, so -1 minus 2 is -3. 4 plus 1 is 5. Now I have my second point. So now I'm going to go to my calculator. Hold on, let me clear all this out first. I'm going to clear all this out so we can see it. So you can see that everything is starting over. Let me clear this so we can see it because I want to prove it to you. I'm about proof. Okay, bam, watch this. 4, enter, 5, enter, boom. -1, enter, -3, enter. Second data, 2 variable calculate. I'm gonna look for A and B. Now we already solved this problem, right? So look at that. There's my slope, there's my y-intercept. So my equation will be y equal -2x plus 7. So let's see if that's what we got before. We had got D before, right? Look at that. 30 seconds. I know the book is 130 pages. I know it's long. I know. But I'm telling you, I'm going to save you months of studying.
Mr. Tinsley, what did you use? You used the 4, the -1, and the 5, and the -3?
So I used, hold on, let me get my pen. My pen just disappeared for a second. So I use my slope to find my second point. So this is my first point.
Right.
I use my slope. My slope means my point is going to
2/1.
change by -2/1. So I know my rise is my y. So that means my y is going to change by -2. So -1 minus 2 gives me -3. I know my x is going to change by +1. So 4 plus 1 is 5. If I wanted to do it again, -2, 1. So my next point on this line will be 6, -5. Understand what the slope is. It's a constant rate of change. To get any point on that line, it's going to change by that slope. And you can use that slope to find any point on that line. So since I can use the slope to find any point, and I know how to use my calculator to get the equation of the line from 2 points, this is a quick, easy problem. Hold on, Mr. Tinsley. Oh, so you telling me I can use the point and the slope and I can use my calculator. If I get 2 points, I can use my calculator. Watch this. I want to show you something. I want to show you something. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. Let me see if I can find a table. Let me see if I can find a table. Let me see if I can find a table because I need you to really see. Ooh,
I understand.
I might have closed it up. Okay, I might have to open it back up. Hold on. Where are you? There we go. Let me see. And again, I know I went over this. So this is why I can't tell you enough. Linear equation is going to be anywhere from 5 to 10 problems on your exam. You should spend at least a week every day going over linear equations. Every single day for a week until you got it. Why? Look at this. So this question tells you the scientist creates an equation that models her data for each tree so that she can predict the diameter in the future. Complete a linear equation that fits the data for tree 1, where X is the year and Y is the trunk diameter in inches. Oh my goodness, Mr. Tinsley, I don't even know what they're asking me. So when you look at this problem, identify what's given. I have a table. They want data for tree 1. X is the year, Y is the trunk diameter. So once you're given that, you say, okay, well, I know they want the data for tree 1. I know my X is the year. I know my Y is the trunk diameter. So I'm gonna go back up to that table. They want tree 1. I know my year is my X. I know my trunk diameter is my Y. So I'm going to grab my calculator because they want the equation of the line. Oh, Mr. Tinsley, Mr. Tinsley have told me in GED Math Mondays, he's told me in my ebook that if they want the equation of the line, they want the slope and the y-intercept. Okay, well, I know how to now find the slope and the y-intercept from 2 points using my calculator. So let's do it. Do I have 2 points? The second thing you must realize is that giving a table is another way to give you points on a line. So I'm gonna use these 2 points right here. So I'm gonna go in my calculator, I'm gonna put my X's first, 1 and 3. So 1, enter, 3, enter. I'm gonna put my Y's in. Hold on, let me get my pencil. My Y's, hold on, let me get my pencil. My Y's, 18.6 and 19.2. So I'm gonna go to my calculator, hit my right arrow, 18.6, 19.2. Boom. Second data, 2 variable calculate. I'm going down to A and B, come down to lowercase a and lowercase b. I know my A is my slope. I know my B is my y-intercept. So my equation is going to be y equal 0.3x plus 18.3. I just gave you in the last 3 weeks of GED Math Mondays, anywhere from 5 to 10 questions on your exam. What you need to do is say, listen, I need to understand this. Let me watch this video till I get it. Let me practice till I get it. Let me go on Schoology and do practice problems till I get it. Because he's telling me 5 to 10 questions. So let's take that number. We in math class now, right? If it's 40 questions on the exam and 10 are linear equations, what percentage is that? Can somebody tell me? We in math class. So if there's 40 questions on the exam and 10 are linear equations, what percentage is that?
1/4.
How did you get that?
I get what, 1/4?
Mm-hmm.
Because
I didn't say with fraction, I said with percentage.
Oh, a quarter.
Oh,
25.
25%. Hold on. So you telling me I'm giving you the key to 25% in my exam? Yes, I am. That's what I'm telling you. About 25%. It'll range from 5 to 10 questions on your exam. Linear equations. Okay. So I'm gonna give you one more key tip, because I looked at people's practice tests this week, and I got a lot of people taking exams. So I gave you your linear equations, but I want to show you something else that you can almost guarantee. I want to show you this. Okay. So you won't have to watch 1,000 videos. I'm gonna show you in this one video. Hold on, let me find it. Okay, so what I want you to do is, I want everyone right now, I need an answer from everybody. So if you don't know it, I want you to put an answer. I don't care what answer you put. I want everybody here to put an answer, because we're going to do this manually. Now, is this linear equations? No, it is not. But what I know, though, is evaluating an algebraic expression and evaluating a function is 2 to 3 questions on your exam. Hold on, Mr. Tinsley. So you telling me linear equations are 5 to 10 questions. Evaluating the algebraic expression or evaluating the functions is up to 3 questions. So you telling me 13 questions. Okay, well, what's 13 out of 40? So I'm just going to estimate. Well, 13 out of 39 is 33%. So what I just gave you in the last 2 weeks is a third of your exam. Oh, hold on, Mr. Tinsley. So hold on. 1/3 is 33%. How much? What percentage have I told you need to pass?
36%.
Nope. It's in the 50s. What percentage did I tell you need to pass? Anybody know? You need about 56% to pass the GED exam. A little more than half. And I'm giving you already a 33% to 39% of your exam. I understand. Listen, you cannot get trapped that you got to figure out that you got to get 100 on this exam. You need a little bit more than half. What I'm giving you are the areas that you're going to see. Schoology gives you the practice, the word problems that you need to practice so you can decipher what they're giving you. Now let's do this problem. So I'm gonna give you 2 minutes to solve this problem. What is the value of the expression 4 minus x to the 4th over x minus 1 when x is minus 2? Because I want to see how many people get this right. I'm gonna give you 2 minutes. Let me set the timer starting now. And if you use your calculator, that's fine. If you do it by hand, that's fine. A, B, C, or D. I need everyone to send me an answer. I need everyone.
Sorry, I'm a little busy at work. I can't do it now.
Oh, you at work? Okay, so you get a pass. You get a pass. So anybody at work, you get a pass. You get a pass. So Shannon, you just gave your answer to everybody. You're supposed to send it to me.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Now I don't know if that's
I'm
right
just
or
so
wrong.
eager.
That's good. That's good. We want you to be eager. Did you use the calculator or did you do it by hand?
Well, of course, I used the calculator. Did I cheat?
No, listen. What the GED tells you is that you cannot use your calculator for 5 problems. The remaining 35 to 36 questions, you can use your calculator. So if you got to use your calculator, use your calculator. Now, I don't know if that's the answer, but let's see. And then that's the last. This is the last 2 problems we're gonna do for this evening. Time flew by so quick. That was the quickest hour I think ever.
Mr. Ted, I got a question.
Yes.
Well, if I'm gonna flag something, do I have to answer it or I just hit the flag?
No, you can just flag and you can flag and skip it.
And then I can answer later on.
You can answer it later on.
So I don't have to put no answer to just hit the flag.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
What I also would say is, if you're on a problem, you're taking too long or you don't know, try to eliminate 2 of the answers. And even though you flag it, choose one of those answers first. Because sometimes what happens is time gets away from you.
And you don't have time to go back. At least I answer it. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Now, only one person gave me an answer. You know why? Because this is one of the most missed questions on the GED exam. Right here. This is one of the most missed problems on the GED exam. And I'm going to show you the mistake that people make. Watch this. I'm going to show you the mistake first. So everywhere I see X's, everywhere I see X, I'm going to put -2.
Ah, that's what I messed up.
Everywhere I see X, I'm going to put 4 minus -2 to the 4th power over -2 minus 1. Okay. All right. So let's do our please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. 4 minus, we could do exponents first. So 2 to the 4th. Because anybody tell me what 2 to the 4th is? Can anybody tell me what 2 to the 4th is?
2 times 2 times 2 times 2.
So 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16.
You got it what for?
2 negatives make a what?
A positive.
So 4 plus 16 over -3 equal 20 over -3. So most people, I didn't mean to put the calculator there like that, I'm sorry. Most people pick that answer. I don't know, is that right? It seemed right. It seemed like I did all the steps correct.
Yep, there's one more step.
What step was that? It's one more step. So it seems like I did all the steps correct. Am I right or wrong? Didn't it seem like I did all the steps correct?
Seemed like it.
Well, guess what? Guess what? All wrong. Let me show you something. So watch this. I'm gonna do it manually and then I'll do it with the calculator. Okay, so let me erase some of it. Let me erase the mistakes.
Excuse me.
Yes, excuse me.
How do you write that 4 exponent on the calculator? I never know how to do that.
I'm about to show you in a minute. You're gonna love it.
All right, thanks.
I'm about to show you in a minute. Let me erase it. So I'm gonna do it by hand first, and then we're gonna do it with the calculator. So the question was, how do you raise a number to a different power besides 2? And I'm gonna show you that in a minute. Watch this. So the first advice to you is that if they want you to evaluate an expression, or if they ask you to evaluate a function, or if they want you to substitute a value and it's negative, put it in parentheses. So 4 minus -2 to the 4th power over -2 minus 1. Got me? Now, what happens is, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Okay, exponents first. -2 to the 4th power is -2 times -2 times -2 times -2. So that's -2 times -2 is a +4. 4 times -2 is a -8. -8 times -2 is a +16. So now we get 4 minus 16 over -3. Okay, 4 minus 16, the negative is the largest number. So our answer is going to be negative, and 16 minus 4 is 12 over -3. 2 negatives make a positive, and 12 divided by 3 is 4. So the correct answer is 4.
I got it right.
Okay, now let's use the calculator. So First of all, as T said, I'm gonna show you how to do it. Put everything in without storing. So let me clear everything out so we can see it. So ND, because we're dividing, oops, my calculator just disappeared. Hit ND, so we got 4 minus, what did I tell you with that X? So we got minus 2. And how you raise to a power that's not 2 is you hit this caret. So in my ebook or under exponents, I go through all the exponent things that you can do with this calculator. So that's squares, square roots, cube roots, and raising to a power. So minus 2 to the 4th power. And then remember I told you, if it begins with a negative, use the negative next to enter. So minus 2, minus 1. If you notice, I hit the subtraction sign because I'm only going to use that negative near enter if this starts with a negative or in parentheses, right? I'm gonna get out of my fraction, press enter, stop playing. No time at all. Okay, so 2 key things here. Let me take a screenshot of that. 2 things I want you to understand. Okay, linear equations are going to be quite a few questions on your exam. Evaluating an algebraic expression, it will be quite a few quite a few problems on your exam. Probably about 3, maybe even 4. Okay, so now let's go to a harder question. Okay, let's look at this question here. What is the value of a squared b plus a times b minus ab squared when a is equal to 3 and b is minus 2? So again, I'm going to show you first where people make the mistake. Everywhere you see a, we're going to put minus 2. So a squared is 3 squared times minus 2. When we're multiplying, we use parentheses. Plus a, which is 3, times b, which is minus 2, minus 3 times b squared. Oops. Oops, did I hit undo? Hold on. What happened? Minus 2 squared. Does that look right? So everywhere A, I substituted in. Everywhere B, I substituted in. Right? It looks right, correct? All right, let's do it. So we got 9 times minus 2 plus 3 times minus 2 is minus 6 minus 3 times negative 2 squared, or which is negative 4, minus 18 minus 6 plus 12. Minus 18 minus 6 is minus 24 plus 12. 24 plus 12 is negative 12. So if you notice, the answer is there. Guess what? Wrong. And you're going to have 2. I'm telling you, you're going to have 2 or 3 of these. Okay. So the first advice I gave you is if you're multiplying a negative number, put it in parentheses. So a squared, so 3 squared times minus 2 plus 3 times minus 2 minus 3. B is a negative, put it in parentheses. Okay. So we got 9 minus 2, which is minus 18, minus 6. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, which is minus 2 times minus 2 is a positive 4. So we get negative 18 minus 6 minus 12. Minus 18 minus 6 is minus 24. Minus 12 is minus 36. Now, if you notice, there are several places you can make a mistake on these problems. Okay? If I'm telling you, learn this skill here. Watch this. Watch this. I'm going to show you so you can see it. So you can see it done. Watch this. 3 store A, enter. Minus 2 store B, enter. Then I'm gonna put this in exactly the way I see it. A squared B plus AB minus A B squared. Okay. Maximize so you can see it. Now that took 15 to 20 seconds. Enter. Done. Listen to what I'm trying to explain to you. If you have any doubt whether you want to pass this exam or not, take the week to 2 weeks to go through this ebook and practice. I'm telling you, it'll make it so much easier. You'll be, after 2 weeks and you start practicing and coming to class and doing your Schoology, these problems will become less difficult. I'm not going to say easy. They're going to become less difficult. Using the Schoology is enough practice problems. So any type of problem that you're going to get on your real exam, you're going to be prepared for. The biggest thing I got to tell you about life is be prepared. If your electric get cut off, you don't quit. You don't stop going to work. Your water bill get cut off, you don't quit and stop going to work. If you run out of food, you don't stop feeding your children. The quit attitude can't be in your vocabulary. The I can't do it cannot be in your vocabulary. I'm giving you the can. You just got to decide how much you're going to sacrifice to be able to do it. So you might say, you know what, I can't get 8 hours of sleep. I can't get 6 hours of sleep tonight. I only get 5 because I got to get this hour in while the kids are asleep. Okay, you know what? Instead of me going to buy lunch and spending an hour eating lunch, you know what? I'm gonna bring my lunch today and I'm gonna go with this ebook and make sure I know how to. You have to sacrifice. It's that easy. It's that easy. Anything worth having takes sacrifice. Period. If it come easy, you better watch out. You better watch out because something gonna come bite you. So I'm giving you the steps that you're going to need to take to pass this exam. I've talked to the content creators. I've taken every practice exam. Be prepared for certain questions. And in that ebook I covered. So take that 2 weeks. If you don't understand something, I gave you my phone number, text me. I gave you my email address, email me. You can even call me. Now, if I'm busy, I won't answer, but you can still text and take a picture. But I guarantee you, if you call me, text me, or go and do something or do practice in Schoology, you're going to get some feedback or you get some communication back from me. Guarantee you're going to. You're going to. Okay? You're going to. But it takes hard work on your side. So when Robert said he took a quiz 10 times, guess what? He was frustrated. He was mad. He was like, why can't I get this? But I guarantee you, when he take that exam, he gonna call me on the phone. He gonna say, Mr. Tinsley, on a real exam, I got it. I can guarantee you.
That's right.
So don't be scared of the frustration. Don't be scared to get something wrong. Because why? Failure, all success is built on failure. So don't be scared to fail. Failure is what's going to make you. It's not whether you're going to fail, because every person in this world is going to fail. Every person in this world is going to be knocked down. Everybody in this world is going to have something against them. The measure of who you are is not if you fail. It's not if you get knocked down. It's how you respond after you fail, after you get knocked down, after you feel like you want to quit. Because that's what the power internally, the things you're going to learn from your mistakes. Guarantee, I'm telling you. If you stick with it, do the ebook practice, you're going to pass the exam. I'm telling you, I guarantee you. Guarantee you. So listen, it's 7 o'clock. Any questions before we end tonight? So I don't know how many people have jobs. have 2, 3 kids, have 4 kids, have a lot of responsibility. I don't know the answer to that because I don't know any of you. But what I do know is you got to sacrifice an hour a day if you want to pass this exam. So you got to find an hour somehow. You got to find 15 minutes here, 30 minutes here, 15 minutes here each day. That's what I do know. And if you do that for about 3 to 4 weeks, every day, when you finish after that 30 days, when you finish after that month, you're going to have a passing grade on that math test. And guess what? When you take that test, call me. I want to know because I gave you my cell number. Call me. Because I want to know. I want to hear that excitement when you pass. Because that's why I do this. I want to hear that excitement when you say, Mrs. Tinsley, I passed that exam. I thought I couldn't do it. I took the test 17 times and I passed. I took it 11 times and I finally passed. I want to hear that excitement when you pass. That's why I do it. But I'm telling you, just like your mother and father when you're growing up, or just as you do with your kids, right? Try my way for 30 days. That's all I'm asking you. You give me 30 days, you're going to pass that exam. I'm going to pause it right now.